Welcome, welcome. Yay. I love when I see that you are live with a big exclamation mark. So namaste, everyone. Hi, Brittany, Michelle, Lisa. Hi, you guys. Say hi, please. So welcome, Akasha here, Nan Akasha. And of course, what we're going to do today is our spiritual weather report, which is really juicy because the full moon, it's funny because people say intense and I would say powerful, full of potential. And my friend Donna Stellhorn, which most of you know, my expert astrologer, she called it like a freight train. So it just depends on who you are, your chart, right? To what freight train. My cat just suddenly, hi, Shelly Bell, what's up? She's been here for hours. You haven't done anything. Well, you want to say hi. Okay. All right. Ishelle here wants to say hi. Are you my pumpkin? You say hi? There she says hi. This is my little Ishelle. I don't know if you can hear her purring. There's a good girl. Thank you. You're my little goddess. You're my little goddess girl. Thank you. That was a very nice blessing. Exceptional healings. Hello, Danny. Hi, Iritek. Hi. So we're going to do a spiritual weather report today, but what we're going to do is talk mostly about Pluto. Today is the day. Today's the day that the age of Aquarius finally begins. And it's interesting because if you've been around as long as I have, you remember the 60s. And I mean, I was born in 60, so I was too young to really experience the 60s. But I remember the song The Age of Aquarius and dancing and singing and, all these beautiful long-haired hippies, dancing in the park about the age of Aquarius. And well, there's been all these different indications where we are going in and out of Aquarius and in and out of Aquarius for quite a while now, right? Because the 60s was 60 years ago, okay? And so what we have now is a really deep, interesting experience to realize that when we have Pluto, so we're going to talk about Pluto today. And Pluto is the Roman name for Hades, which was the Greek name for that god. And I just realized that I usually use my lavalier and I can't find it. So I'm going to remove my earrings because they're probably making noise. Check them out though. Look at that beautiful energy. Let's see. Here you go. That's a Sri Yantra in the middle. And we work with this a lot in light body school, in all kinds of energy work, because as you can tell, it's a portal. Woo. And interlocking pyramids, balancing above and below. There's a lot of power there, and they're enormous and they're fabulous. So what Pluto is the idea. So they say Lord of the underworld. Okay, that was difficult. Hi, Boo Boo. Are you back again? I think I will. Thank you. And so what do you think about the underworld? What do you think about the shadow world? What do you think about Xibalba, the Maya call it, the temple? When we go into the caves and the cenotes here, we're going into the earth. We're going into Mother Earth. We're going into her body. We're going into a different realm of elementals. And we're also going into Xibalba. We're going into the underworld. So we have been given a horror show idea of what that means. And there's no such thing as hell. You're living hell if you believe in hell. If you keep repeating and recreating the worst things you could possibly imagine, you're the only person who can change your life. You're the only person, period. I'm sorry if you don't like that idea. You can spend 25, 30 years, 40 lifetimes. And I need to let you out, don't I? And you will never be able to create what you want by waiting for someone else to do it, give you permission to do it, or expect external authorities to decide for you. You literally, yes, I, I see what you're after. Okay. So thank you. I'm going to take and put you out. Wow. So this is a flamingo feather. All right. And that for me is a big, big deal. This is a very powerful medicine. So I live, the flamingos are all born here, about a mile behind my house, inland in the salt flats, the pink salt flats. And they very rarely come over to the beach. So I face the beach when I walk early, before dawn. I will sometimes see some flying over. But they don't sit on the beach. They don't come to the beach. They don't hang out at the beach. They don't fish at the beach. This isn't their thing. And so I found this, I don't know, a week or two ago, after I got back from England on the beach. It's so obscure. It was in the water, in the sand water, covered with sand. Normal people walking would never see it. It's quite a miracle. And I have it in a jar because of my cat. And she just smelled it, got up, and came and gave it a big love. And so then I saw a flamingo yesterday or the day before standing in the ocean, and I have pictures and videos. And then I sat right on the beach next to her. She was in the water for about 30 minutes, so I don't know what was wrong. I saw nothing wrong with her, but it was pure magic. So there's a lot of flamingo energy here. Thank you, sweetie. Would you like me to let you out? So I want you to think about, tune into the god of the underworld, or the idea of the underworld, or the shadow world. And also we need to get past the idea of a god being masculine versus a divine. It's mother, father, it's god, goddess. It's got both aspects. And to be honest, the underworld is more yin, more womb-like, more like going into the mother, into the earth, into the dirt, elementally. To me, that's the most powerful thing. So I can see something for some reason underneath there. All right, think about that for a moment while I let my kitty out. You want to go downstairs? Come on. You need some water, some food. Come on, here you go. Good girl. Good girl. Hi, Sylvia. Hi, the voice of wonder. Oh my goodness. Hi, Ina. And Danny, I said, Cheryl. Oh, hi. Thank you. The purple all happened this morning. So I don't know why, but the energies tell me, because I was getting ready to shower. I had very light pink, which I'm fine with, but I am going to town tomorrow. So I just thought, whatever. And instead, this happened. So I put this dress on this morning, and then it led to that, So we're doing a lavender experience here. Flamingo feather. It's really, you know what? It was so funny. Hi, Julie. I was like, the voice of wonder. I know who that is. And then I could feel your essence. I could feel your presence, but I wasn't focusing. It was right around my back of my throat, like right here, but along my back. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Okay, so let's go use this energy, because guess what? This energy of Pluto is going to be happening until 2043. Okay. So 24 to 43, it's about 20 years. All right. And so that's one reason it's an era. We're in a particular era. Now, all the other things, the full moons and the eclipses and the portals we go through daily, and whatever's going on in your own chart, how you're upgrading, how the age of Aquarius is impacting you, How are you going to live inside of the age of Aquarius when we have all been living in the age of Capricorn, and we've been living in the age of Pisces, and we're moving into something that is Pluto has been in Capricorn. Let me clarify that. We've been in the age of Pisces, and Pisces is energy. Not saying about any person, if you are a Pisces, I'm saying the energy of the era we've been in is the energy of the victim. It is the energy of the, I don't know, I find that the most accurate, the victim. And that's where it's, I'm not big enough, they're bigger than me, there's authority outside of you, that I don't have the power, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, instead of I am the source, I am the Lord, I am the God, I am the goddess, I am everything, I am the infinite, and I'm here to be a channel for that. How do I get about doing that? We've all been going through an era. So there's a lot of different energies that intersect when eras change, when these are portals. So portals, doorways, gateways, transition points, hands coming through the clouds to lift you up. It was a visual I used for a long time that was very powerful for me, was imagining that the clouds, I don't know why, it was just very generic because I just didn't know what I was asking for. I just knew that I wanted help, and I wanted help from a higher source. I was tired of looking at help from some outside source, like a particular marketing plan, that's going to be the savior, or a particular coaching method, that's going to be the savior, or whatever it is. And there's nothing wrong with the things that you're drawn to that will ignite knowledge. And yet we're talking about going into the underworld. So of course we know the first thing. And if you don't know, I highly recommend you look up the goddess Inanna. Inanna is a Sumerian, perhaps Babylonian. I'm not exactly sure. I spent a lot of time with her before my divorce, in the last stages of my marriage. And that was 25 years of marriage. So it was one of those things where you're inside of a living entity that's also dying. You're growing and you're changing, and the relationship is dying to what it was, and it can keep growing in new directions, or it can grow apart. It's just the way things happen, right? So Inanna goes into the underworld, and we'll skip the story because you just put your own. I'm going to help my sister, I'm going to get my daughter back, like Demeter and Persephone in the Greek Hades. So in Greece, the underworld is ruled by Hades, and he's just one of the brothers. He's one of the grandchildren of Gaia, who created the Titans and the giants, and and so on and so forth. She created all of the elements, really is what it is, all the elementals that came forth into form, that then ended up becoming energies. And these are archetypal energies. These are energies that hold a power that you can choose to believe in or not, that you can choose to access or not. We're talking about, what do you need to die to? So I want you to keep asking yourself that question, because in truth, when you really raise your ability to not be controlled, okay, by emotions, by the collective, by consciousness that is low, by the subconscious programs of fear and agreements, let's say, that you have with yourself and others in different times that perhaps are holding you back. And there's nothing to hold on to now. No people, no relationships, no way that you are. Everything must die. Everything must go. Now, we think death is this terrible, horrible thing, and yet death happens every day. This moment died and the new one was born. This truth is learned, and it dies from being something that you crave and you desire and you move towards, and it becomes something that you are. And then you just know it, and you're grateful for it, and you use it every day of your life, and it becomes natural and it becomes a habit. You have to let things die. So going into the underworld, you get to go into the cave that you most fear, because to me, it holds your strengths and your powers. So what are you holding on to that needs to die? Now, if you're like, well, I don't want to leave my husband. Okay. don't go there if that extreme idea comes. Just know that you're coming through a full moon, a freight train. Okay. And it's like taking some aspect for you, what has been coming up really powerfully. And nothing is ever bad. Everything can be used in both ways. So for me, I'm going into this, Pluto's going into Aquarius. Great. What are those energies? How is this going to help me? What is the best plan? What do I pack for this trip? Am I going to the, North Pole? Am I going to the Bahamas? What is the optimal way for me to approach this? And then I go on the journey. So now we are in the peak, we're in the moment, we're in the most powerful part of anything is the day that it fully happens. So you've been feeling this, okay, and it's coming to fruition now. What do you want to die to? What do you need to die to? Is there something you're avoiding thinking about letting die? You could let all your relationships die and then be reborn. And if you did that with faith and trust, and you called on the sacred energies that make you feel the most supported, the most loved, because you're the I am. So just create what you want. Don't wait. Am I worthy? Yada, yada, yada. You didn't need to do it right. You don't need a certification. Just go ask for exactly what you want. And then let it change because it will evolve. Woo, 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So everything when you go into the shadow world goes into a place of stillness and peace. It is like entering the sacral. The sacral is a powerful center. I've done sessions with people specifically, intentionally or not, with their sacral center. Every center, energy center you have in your light body is an entire world. You can enter it. And when you enter it, you begin to see energetically what's there, what you've stored there. Are there fears there? Are there walls there? Is there a maze there? There's usually some kind of a maze that is designed to protect. And at the very core center of the sacral is something very dark and dense. What does that mean? It's something that you fear. It's something that you most are aware of and yet unaware of at the same time. You're in both states of consciousness because you don't want anything to do with it, and you probably don't even remember what it is. And if it's your shame or your guilt, or if it's your agreement from another life that you'll never use your voice to inspire people again or to heal people because you were burned at the stake or everything was taken away from you or your husband left you or whatever it is, that's fine. You are now entitled to go to the center of that. And that's what this is, because Capricorn is hard work. Okay. So we've been in Pluto. You're always in Pluto. You always have some impact of this energy. So if you think about Demeter is the goddess of nature in the Greeks. She's a great mother goddess. She's the goddess of the grain. And she brings spring. And she brings life force. And when her daughter, Persephone, has to go back into the underworld to spend half of the year in the underworld with Hades because of a whole mystical thing, right? Her soul purpose included this mystical journey into the underworld where she ate some pomegranate seeds, and then she's now married to Hades and she is required to stay there. But mother begged and pleaded and let everything die in the natural world until it was agreed that her daughter could come back to her for half of the year. So we have spring when Persephone comes up out of the underworld. You have that as well. That's another part of this Pluto energy, is read and understand. These are archetypes. These are energies. Understand this very powerful story about Persephone, about Demeter, about the divine love of the mother who will never forsake you. who went into the underworld after you. Read about Inanna, who stripped herself bare and hung her skin on a peg, like for coats, when you come home, to enter the underworld. Why? Why does anybody go there on purpose when we were taught to fear? To fear the dark, to fear our power, to fear the feminine, to fear the creative. This is what this is to me. Aquarius is the energy of innovation. It's the energy of vast spiritual individuality. So this trip into the underworld is going to reclaim your spiritual individuality. And that is claiming your yin, and that is claiming your power to create. And yet you don't create, you don't need to create, you don't have to work that hard. Everything is already created. Literally everything that could ever be is already created. It's already been figured out. It's already been lived out. And it's standing there like this, waiting for you to breathe life into it if it's what you want. Every single thing, every version of you. And your biggest fear is the darkness within you, that you might really be bad, because we were all told we were bad. And if you're a woman, you were told that you are naturally bad and that you're the cause of the problems of the world. And we are releasing the imprint of believing, men and women alike, that our sacred feminine powers, that the powers of creativity in our sacral center, that the shame and blame and contracts from soul lives that are held there need to stay there and hold us back. No, no, and no. We're done. So it's like a treasure hunt. It's like an excavation that you're going in. You've come up out of the shadow world, right? And now you're going down into the world where you feel deeper and deeper a power that is holding your voice, that is holding your wisdom, that is holding your sacred magic. Your sacred magic is acceptance that you are the powerful one. You don't need to be the creator, but I love the idea. I am the creator. There's nothing you need to create, though. So it's easier than creating. It's selecting, it's choosing, it's preferring. But when you're unwhole, when you're avoiding parts of you, when you don't feel like you're worthy, when you're hiding things from yourself and from others, and you don't even remember why, it's time for that journey. So Aquarian energy is about higher mind. Okay, this is big mind, and it's tech, and it's AI, and it's expanding that aspect of our life at lightning speed, and it's a good thing. So just calm down. Are you wasting your time and choosing energy by thinking about, oh, AI is terrible, it's going to take over our lives, or there's a conspiracy theory about it, or whatever? Let it be what it is and decide what would be wonderful, because it's a support tool. It's an assistant. It is freeing us, along with a lot of other things, to live a life of joy and wonder, not go to work from 9 to 5, not be a slave to cleaning the house all the time, little vacuums that zoom around, little thingies and stuff like that. Like, there's all of these possibilities and more. I mean, personally, I want to become bewitched. And I want to become the where I wiggle my nose and the whole house is clean. Okay. So what are you moving towards? I have a dear friend who's a animal communicator, Kate Solisti. You can find her books, I'm sure, on Amazon. And she says, I forget which animal kingdom told her this first, but that we stopped partway into our creation. We made plastic, but we didn't keep going and create the way to get rid of the plastic. And if we created it, we can uncreate it. So I used to do that. I used to see the trash going to a dump and then people around it meditating and it dissolving. and just going back into energy, pure energy again, and Gaia taking that energy down and composting it and then giving it back in the form of something. So what are you using your energy for? Are you filling yourself with fear? And when you go into the dark, are you going to find that fear? You can only see and connect to things you're conscious of. Become conscious of something different. Aquarius says, open your mind, raise your mind, expand your mind, reach further than you ever have before. And remember, we are one in the age of Aquarius, but it doesn't mean we give up our rights. We are one because we respect and understand I'm the creator of my reality, you're the creator of your reality, you're the creator of your reality, and the only reason you are even in my reality is because of me. So there is nothing for me to fix in you. I don't need to create new rules to control you. I do not need to create new boundaries to separate you. I do not need to create new ways of seeing the difference. I need to go within and change my concept of myself and my concept of the world, and then live within it in my mind and my emotions and everything else. And that's what I go into the underworld with. That's what you get to choose today. Are you going to go into the underworld and just let whatever show up and bring all your fears and let them pop out of the shadows? Because here's the thing. If you've ever read books about people who had near-death experiences, I've been doing this for a while, so I was around when those books first started coming out. And I was fascinated with them. And I've had several of my own near-death experiences, a lot of them actually. But I was most curious about what happens when these people see a demon or see an angel or see Jesus, and I'm not really attuned to the devil or hell or Jesus or angels. And if every book you read says, oh, this is what you see, you go to the light and then you see this, well, that's not what a Mayan would see because they had a different perspective. That's not what someone from ancient Peru would see. Their mind would take the energy and put it together in a completely different pattern. They might see a wise elder. They might see an elk. They might see a grandfather or an ancestor or a wise tree. There's how this is embodied is completely up to you. So this isn't surrendering what you don't want. And you might think you don't want to die to it, but when you give it over to spirit and you trust that in every moment you're being guided and that you are the creator and that you are very clear right now what I want, what I wish for, and I acknowledge all the fears that hide in the dark that want me to stop my changing, want me to stay the same. And I'm not willing to stay the same anymore. I refuse. This full moon is pushing me like a freight train through every single possible thing that could come up, and I'm not doing it anymore. There's nothing to do. I let go and become. I think and think and think. What do I find in the dark? What wonderful things are in the dark? What is hiding within my dark? What is within? What gifts am I going to be able to bring to the world? Go to the end result. What is it going to be like as you exit 20 years from now? Pluto and Aquarius. What is that going to feel like in 2 months when you've embraced this beginning of this? This is an opportunity for freedom because Aquarius is all about freedom and all about innovation. And it's very important to stay attuned to the idea that you have that. Now, if you were in the Wishes Fulfilled class, we've got a new thing coming up, a weekly Wishes Fulfilled group. And we're transmuting the Sacred Spirit Guide Circle into this other circle. And it's going to be very exciting. So I'm going to share more about that with you later this week. And the gratitude sale is coming, of course. And what I want you to do is to think about Am I clear about what I want? And if I feel afraid to declare what I want, what if I didn't want it? What if I didn't say it right? What if I didn't add everything in it? You don't have to be desperate. Oh no, I didn't say that, that, and that. And then I have to say this, this, and this. Don't include your pain. Don't include your suffering. Just say, what do I want? How do I want to feel? If I get to go into my inner self, my shadow self, if I get to open the boxes of secrets, the boxes of wisdom, the boxes of prosperity, the magic that I hold within me, and you do, then I am ready to go there with what? First of all, I come out. I feel, I feel soft and empowered. I come out, I feel joyful and happy. I feel strong. I feel so happy that I did it. I literally, the first thing I say when I exit this is, I am so glad I did that. So there were several women who said that many times the last few days of the retreat in England. We'd be having lunch or something, and they would look at me, and she said, I'm so glad I did this. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I did this. And I'm so glad they did it too. And I'm so glad when you say yes to yourself. And I'm so glad when you go consciously into something like this, because it's powerful. Okay. Remember, the full moon is impacting you for 2 weeks. So that energy is harvesting something very intense and very big and pushing things to the surface and bringing a lot of power, plowing things up. I find it very good. It's almost like plow up stuff, and then there's the cave opening and you go down, right? You find all the treasures. When we were in England with Maria Wheatley, and I'm planning 3 days with her. This next time we're going to do co-create a Stonehenge ancient goddess temple full moon experience. It's going to be amazing. So we were talking about it this morning. They had just tilled, the farmer had just tilled the land on this entire huge hill that we went up to go to this long barrow. A long barrow are Neolithic, I believe, very old, okay, ancient. It's built from stones, big stones, and it's long, and it looks just like a hump from on the landscape. It blends in, and it has openings in it. It's a healing chambers, and we went up and went in, and I put candles in all of the rooms. Blessed it, welcomed everyone, cleansed, cleared everybody with sound and herbs, and then we did a ceremony inside, and then Maria shared about the energy spots, which we dowsed, and we found them, and we stood in them, and we stood by a portal stone, which when you do the right frequencies opens. So there's this incredible experience that we take into these sacred places. So as we're walking up, she goes off the path and starts to walk through this freshly tilled dirt. And there's all these stones in it and dirt clots. And she starts bending over and she goes, oh, let's find some ochre. And we found stones that ochre came out of. And ochre is a pigment if you've done art. And the ancient Mayans, Egyptians, and in England all painted their big, huge megalithic, Neolithic monuments, pyramids or stone circles or portals or whatever. They painted them in different versions of this ochre color, which is kind of a gold, and it can turn ruddy, and it can be more like a brick red. And so we literally found these stones. They'd just been dug up like treasures. And then we started finding flint, and flint stones that had been worked by ancient people's hands, flint away, shaped into little arrowheads and tools. And she showed us how to do it. She said one of the things she learned in school was how to read the land. And she said it's very wonderful when you go on land that's just been freshly tilled, because it's brought up all these things and you can see it before it gets packed down again. And it was just, it was so magical. And so I want you to think of it like that. What's happening right now is Aquarius is saying, okay, let's just pull everything up. And the full moon is saying, I will plow through just like that land and just let everything come up. Let everything come up. Okay, you're going into a new experience of your inner shadow world. And you can live through the next 20 years and avoid your shadow world. You can avoid your power. You can avoid your voice. You can avoid going in and becoming yourself, claiming your truth, that you are the creator, and being clear about what you want in your life. Then this inner shadow part of you becomes a co-creator. It's like a yin and a yang. But right now, when you have too much addiction to the light, to everything being happy, perfect, good, and not seeing power in anything else, you are unnaturally addicted to one part of a cycle. And part of the yin energy we have to embrace going into the serpent year next year is a powerful earth yin year. And that's why everything I'm doing is going to take us deeper into sacred magic, deeper into sacred feminine. So right now, give yourself a moment to think about everything we've discussed, okay? I'm going to see. I'm going to get a sip. If there's anything else that wants to come through, we've pretty much talked about all the really important energies of this. So be thinking, feeling, writing. That was a lot of information asking you to change how you think of yourself, of the two sides of yourself, of the shadows of yourself, of the places you fear, of your power, the things you know that need to be dying, that need to die. And the important part is that you don't fight it, right? That you are going to embrace it, that you're going to walk in grace, elegance. So this is the final entry of Pluto into Aquarius. And you can write now or think, feel, however you most perfectly receive. Keep it simple, and yet if it's flowing through you, fine. If you're just seeing or feeling something, enjoy it. Let your attention go. The sacred healing chamber is already open. You've entered through a Kapal veil of divine light protection that helps you see in the dark. It protects you regardless of any energy to stay aligned with your power and your truth. Your fairy goddess mother is watching over you, Kuan Yin and Isis, Nike. Vast and in this time of love, we call on Artemis to guide us in our journey with youth, wisdom, strength, and all the powers and connections to nature, animals, roots. I enter this darkness, this final entry. I embrace fully the age of Aquarius. I am ready to embody my individuality, and I am ready now. Just bathe yourself in now. I'm ready now. There's no more waiting. I'm ready now. White sage and copal are cleansing and clearing you, going into your mind, around you in your room, cleansing through all of your light body. Anytime you feel ready, you can close your eyes. So we're igniting our power to create realities and be the manifesting masters that we are. And we are here on November 19th, 2024. And we're here acknowledging and calling on the divine Pluto, sacred masculine, feminine, mother, father, God, perfect balanced aspect Copal and white sage, call in the ancestors, protect us. Jaguar is here to assist us in walking beyond death, beyond the death of that which no longer serves us. We enter as manifesting masters, being revealed like the master revealing the sculpture from the stone. I call on Pluto, the god of the underworld. I call on Persephone. I call on Inanna. I call on the divine counterpart of sacred feminine. I call on Gaia, on Delphine, the dragon, Kundalini power of earth. I'm ready to enter the underworld again within this Aquarius robe. The shadow world is full of powers and secrets that I'm ready to receive in the sacred feminine. I am empowered as I put on these robes of the divine feminine. I am enthroned as a master. Higher mind, innovation, my spiritual, individual beauty and power. I accept all possibilities and surrender. Now see yourself entering this dark cave of your divine sacral. The possibilities for empowerment, embodiment, prosperity, joy, health, creativity. They're limitless. This is their direction. Now you feel around you, surrounding you, divine love and light, golden energies, like fireflies everywhere. Almost like candles are floating in the air, magic is wisping around. There's gold, sparkly light. It says, are you ready to enjoy the world that you're entering? Are you ready to allow the technology to lift you up? For Neptune to remove the boundaries, for your intuition to expand to deeper realms, to remember your sacred powers. Are you ready for the transformation? Will you call it to you? Will you enter willingly? Will you open your heart? Can you receive the most beneficial support from the higher mind, the expanded vision, the AI, the tech, and the spiritual technology, opening, awakening within your body, the symbols speaking to you, light languages awakening within you, realms revealing themselves to you. What are the powers you have? This is going to change everyone's lives. I create willingly, consciously. I go in, my attention is in my belly, my fire, my light is radiating within me, my mind is full of harmony, joy, and peace. I now think about what I really want, how I will feel the strength, the resilience, the love, the joy, the harmony, the wisdom, the juiciness, the amazement, the wonder. Karma free. I am ready to become karma free. I enter now and am surrounded in Aquarius energies. The shadows swallow you. Rebirthing has begun. Step into the conscious I am, the infinite soul authority manifester. I am here to reinvent everything I believe about who I am, to find that which is hidden, that which was rejected is now revered, renewed. I open all the sacred boxes. I open all the vaults. I unlock all the dungeons. I'm entering this phase of expansion. Freedom is mine. I innovate, and the world cooperates. I let go of the old concepts, the old identities, the old mindsets, the old paradigms. I have no limits. They dissolve in the dark, and I see only the light radiating from me. I am fully embraced by the me. Who is that me? The expanded me, the future me, the wealthy me, the happy me, the healthy me, the one who has let die that which is ready to go, the one who has let be born and nurture, love, accept that which is ready to be seen, to shine. I am supported by groups, people. I'm supported by light and love. I'm supported by the animal kingdom. I'm supported by the flowers. I'm supported by the roots, the trees. I'm supported by the waters, the rivers, the underground caves. I am supported by the still wells. I'm supported by the frozen glaciers. I'm supported by the rain. I'm supported by the ocean. I connect with all energies that are mutually supportive to walk with me. I call on Persephone to guide me in the underworld. My sister, walk with us now. I call on Inanna, assist me in shedding myself, my identity, my past. I'm ready to redefine. I'm ready to no longer fit in. I'm ready to choose. Go deeper and deeper and deeper into the dark. Feel these divine energies. This place has been built just for you. Round and round and round you go, deeper into the center. I now open. You let go and trust and feel as if you're sliding down a water slide. Softly, warm. You let go. It feels so good. I'm independent, expressed. I'm free and I'm limitless. All the energies through me come and go. I rebel against all that was, and I open, reveal, receive and revere all that is here. My strong desire rises within me. My heart bursts open. The light is pouring from me. Freedom and choice. I do what I want, when I want, how I want, with whom I want. I am. I am. I am. I reclaim my power, my secrets, my voice, my past, my strength, my wisdom, and mystery. I walk in the dark, in the shadow, in the yin. This is the womb. These are just facets of me. I know my place. I feel it. My intuitive self is open, awakened, alive. Fear turns into shimmering light. More and more doors open. A world of wonders, power, healing, and freedom is here within the dark. It begins to shimmer with light and power. I know that this energy is here, assisting me, protecting me in sacred ways as I journey deeper and deeper into myself. I am here to go into the cracks, into the crevices, and to be the light. This is the era of rediscovering and exploring, knowing I am the light, bringing my light, growing my understanding, becoming whole, empowered, embodying my full truth. I've now passed through the doorway to a new era, and I embrace the year of the sacred feminine. The dragon escorts me with power, protection, and beauty into the serpent of 2025, where I shed the divine feminine, deep transformation within me cycles. I feel my body, my cells, my womb, my mind, my bone, every aspect of me through my aura. out into my emotions, out through my timeline, out through all that I have been, through this planet, through others, cycles upon cycles, death and rebirth, death and rebirth. Ashes to ashes, ashes to ashes, concentrated life force, densely packed. Pluto brings the fuel. I ignite it now. It burns the old, reveals the new. The subconscious is no longer hidden. My deepest desires, my deepest fears, my deepest subconscious programs. They ignite, they burn bright. I revel in the sound, in the warmth, in the light. And as they move into me, I'm ready. Because I know I rise from the ashes. You feel it within your very being. Your whole body and mind has been reminded, I've died millions upon millions of times. I've died to beliefs, I've died to relationships, I've died to bodies, and I'm still here. I am infinite. It is time. As you accept your guides who are going to be with you until March of 2043, you'll continue to spiral into your deepest desires, and then they will appear, and then they will manifest, and then you will live them. This is the moment to leave behind your deepest fears and to transform your deep programs into ones that reveal and ignite the new, to shed the old over and 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 over. An endless dance of revelations, spiraling back now, down through time, in and out, over and round. You are within your breath and in your cells. Sit all the way down in your body. Connect to your root. Feel yourself clicking in. Your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, your hips, your knees, your ankles, your neck. Move around. Thank you, Persephone. Thank you, Inanna. Thank you, Pluto. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Delphine. Thank you to the divine. Thank you to Kukulkan for showing us how to shed the old. Thank you to the dragon realms. Thank you to the waters of the world. Thank you to Sacred Jaguar. Thank you to the ceremonies, to the beauty, to the earth, to everything that has brought us here in this moment. We are one. And we are guided, and we are loved. Now take a sacred moment before you move into your day to acknowledge that you are choosing your outcome simply by deciding how you will feel. Yes, it's 20 years, but it's every step along the way. I'm coming in with support and love and power, excitement. I'm ready and willing and open and receptive. I am going to enter this and reclaim my powers and stand in my truth and enjoy my own creativity and be who I've always known I was without knowing. The shadows surrender to the light. I am the antidote. I am the key. I am the light. I am the chooser, the selector, the manifester. Smile, 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 and feel the harmony and joy spreading through you. Let nothing else interrupt the path. The light has been ignited. Welcome. You are on a path to your individual spiritual self, and nothing can stop you. And so it is. Thank you, everyone. Me too, genie, witch, magically think, and poof, it's gone. Yes. So, my beloveds, a lot of magic, a lot of power, a lot of beauty. And because this is an era that's going to be one aspect of your life for 20 years, it's a wonderful thing to focus on. Please feel free to repeat that as often as you feel called to today, tomorrow, this week, over the next year, over the next month, over whenever. This is a tool that is working with you on multiple levels. So the sacred magic that I do, as you know, if you've been in one of my classes or one of my clients or retreats, is incredibly powerful. It goes to the deepest levels of your being, but it works with your cells, and it works with your DNA, and it works with your aura, and it works with your mind. And all of these fields and more are very important aspects of you because you are functioning like a universe. And if some of them are stuck in fear, if some of them are clogged, if some of them are afraid of standing up and being in your power, this opportunity isn't going to be the only thing that happens, right? And we're going into what is called the time of light, because it is the time of the most darkness in the northern hemisphere. So it's when we look to the light. It's when we have celebrations of light. It's when we have, Diwali, and we have bonfires, and we have the solstice, and we have St. Lucia, who's the light goddess, right? And that's on my birthday. And so look for the light always as you go into the dark, but it's not outside of you. You are the light. How can you embrace that? How can your wishes be fulfilled right now? If you keep saying they're coming, they're still there, it's becoming, it will be here one day, I'm getting better. Those will always keep it separate from you. Let that die. What else could die? What else could you willingly allow to die? Any beliefs about yourself that you're not good enough? Any beliefs about yourself that it matters what other people think, or that you have to stay small, or that you have to stay in any kind of obligation or any kind of agreement, whether it's a job, work, a friendship, a parent, a partnership, a rental agreement? You're free. Create the portal, create the door. Go to the end result. Don't stand where you are as who you are, trying to figure out how to get out. You can't figure it out. The how is the mystery. Now, this is a really powerful toolbox that we will be tapping into all next year in the Intuition Awakening School. So we're going to be doing the Oracle School on January, February. We're going to be doing something really special in December. I'm going to be doing a white light healing course, just one day, 3 hours, so you could get to it. It's healing with an Isis pendulum, which is a generator of ancient divine white light that will amplify any healing that you do, your own healing, your own clarity, your own awakening, your own manifesting, your own finances, your own body, your own life, your clients, whatever you do. It's one of the most powerful tools that you can have, an understanding how to work with it, how to communicate it with it, how to store it, how to create a relationship with it. This is going to be coming with our gratitude sale coming this week. And there's a need now for you to be able to receive more of the information, because when you're in the dark in any way, let's say we're in a new moon, we do have to acknowledge that if we are in our aspect with Pluto, we are going to a higher mind inside of yin energy, a higher mind inside of darkness, which is what to us, it's what's been forbidden. It's where your voice and your power are. It's where your sacred magic is that you were told was no good, or that you are too. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Danny. You're so welcome. Oh, I'm so happy. So if you are in the Sacred Spirit Guide Circle, You are going to receive some information very soon in the next few days. And if you are not, keep your eyes out for the Wishes Fulfilled Weekly. It's a new sacred magic circle that is going, I think we're going to do a trial of like 2 months, maybe 3 months, I'm not sure. And then we'll see how it is manifesting. But it is to really take your awakening right now and give it a structure, a support every week to align your mindset, to come back into your center, to remember you're the creator, i.e. the manifester. So you're here to think, well, I would love it if this. And then you know that once you start to think about it and then you imagine more of it and you feel it, you are now telling the universe, you are telling your mind, you are telling everything, all the energies, you're telling the divine, this is what I want. And it's going to start saying, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Where is that? That's over here. So let's see, how do we get you aware of that? Okay, we're going to have you run into this person, and then we're going to have you not feel good. So you're not going to go to that meeting, and then you're going to watch this, and you're going to, okay, like everything is going to line up for you. What you have to do is be present, be in the present, peaceful, powerful, purposeful, prosperous present moment. Okay, good. Namaste. I'm so glad. Evolution. I love it. All right. Take care. Namaste, everybody. Mwah.